You know that picture we all have of depression? The one in the movies? Someone crying softly in a dark room, maybe listening to sad music? Yeah, forget that image for a minute, because that is the easy version. That's the one we're prepared for. The truth, the dangerous truth, is that depression is a master of disguise. It doesn't always show up as tears. Sometimes it shows up as something else entirely, something you'd never suspect. And that's what we need to expose today. I want to talk about the friend who's always angry now, the one who used to be laid back, but now a burnt piece of toast or a traffic jam turns them into a fire starter. That's not just stress, that's irritability, and it is one of depression's most insidious masks, especially for men. They're taught not to cry, right? So the pain doesn't exit through tears. It exits as rage. It's that simmering internal pressure cooker that explodes at the smallest inconvenience. They aren't sad. They're frustrated by the constant exhaustion and mental drag they can't articulate. We look at them and think, wow, they're really stressed out. But the reality is they are deeply, clinically depressed. And that anger is a cry for help we keep misinterpreting. Now let's talk about the void. This is the symptom that destroys the soul from the inside out. Anhedonia. It's not just boredom, it's the loss of the ability to feel pleasure. Think of the things that used to light you up. Your favorite band, a perfect sunset, laughing with your best friend. For someone in this stage, the colors are gone. They look at the sunset and they see gray. They listen to their favorite song and it's just noise. It's a terrifying numbness, an apathy that makes them retreat. They pull away not because they don't love you, but because the effort to pretend they care about anything when nothing registers joy is too overwhelming. They're just sitting there mentally empty. And that emptiness, that deep absence of feeling, is a hallmark of depression that is often missed because it looks like laziness or indifference. Here is where we move from the emotional to the purely physical, the body breaking down. When your brain is depressed, it breaks the clock that regulates your whole system. We see two physical manifestations that are undeniable proof that this is a biological illness. The first is sleep. You either can't get enough or you can't get out of bed. It's the 3 a.m. wake-up call where you're instantly wide awake, heart pounding, mind racing in the dark, caught in a cycle of dark rumination. That's the classic depression insomnia. Or it's the person who sleeps 10 hours and still feels like they're dragging a cement block around all day. The second is appetite. Suddenly, food, something fundamental, is either repulsive, they can't choke down a single bite, or it becomes the only form of fleeting comfort, leading to intense cravings for simple carbs and noticeable weight changes. When you see these physical rhythms thrown into chaos, when the body stops regulating the basics of survival, you are looking at a system in crisis. This isn't just feeling down. This is a disease process. So if you've been looking at a loved one, or even looking in the mirror and seeing chronic anger, soul deep apathy, or this chaotic breakdown of sleep and appetite, you are now seeing the true face of depression. It's subtle, it's disguised, and it demands action. Don't wait for the tears. Don't wait for the movie version. If these symptoms persist for more than a couple of weeks, you have to initiate the conversation or make the call for yourself. You have to expose the disguise, because what looks like anger or laziness or a bad night's sleep might be a life-threatening illness waiting for you to see it clearly. This is a tough fight, but it's a fight we can win when we know the enemy. Take care of yourselves, check in on your friends, and never assume you know someone's story just by looking at the surface. If you need help, please use the resources below. Thank you for listening.